Hello, my beautiful people. How are you doing? I'm Michael, and this is my Flosstube video number 12. And welcome to Star Parade. You probably don't know that, but this is the third time that I'm filming this video. And halfway on my previous recording, I noticed that I didn't press the record button and nothing recorded. So I was devastated and wanted to quit, but I'm still here. So how are you guys doing? How are you? How's your week going? So because of that, I will try to breeze through the video as maybe not as quickly as I can, but as efficient as I can. So this is something new for me if you are, following me. So first things first, I would like to thank you for all my subscribers. Recently received, I think I gained about 100 new subscribers, and I have to thank Chris from Chris Crossstitch for that, because he just keeps sending you guys in my way, and I'm very grateful because I think his audience is one of the kindest people on the globe, and most of you guys already watch him, so I am happy that his audience is also my audience, and I am very grateful for that. Chris is an amazing person. He has craziest ideas. His recent idea to save up pennies for each penny for each comment, and donate it as a part of the charity was absolutely brilliant, and I do love it. He is doing amazing cross-stitching projects. You know, recent finish of the Wizard of Oz stitch along that he did. Also, he is working on a Halloween project called the Headless Horseman. And yeah, he is an amazing person. So if you are my subscriber and haven't subscribed yet to Chris, just please do so, or at least check his videos. They are very interesting, and his stories are very entertaining and very hard gripping. So just go ahead, and you can pause this video and check his video first. I think he deserves it. Mm. Second person I would like to mention is Leonie from Leone Stitching Madness. She's also a new Flosstuber. I think she posted her fourth video quite recently. She had a beautiful finish on Loki and her relax a lot thing with you know what I mean. Just watch her video. She is new to that. She has a little bit over 200 subscribers, and I think she deserves much more because I don't know, she bullies you to read the Sandersons books. So I guess that's something, isn't it? And yeah, we recently had a little Zoom meeting together with some people, and she was there, and we've been chatting a little bit, quite a bit on Instagram, when you can find me in the description down below. If you have any questions, if you just want to talk about something, just hit me up, and I will try to reply as soon as I can. Thankfully, my channel is on the smaller side. I don't have a lot of followers there, so I am quite good with responding to comments and messages. So don't feel afraid. Don't feel that you're bothering me. Just send me a message, and I will try to get in touch with you. So those technicalities out of the way, let's start with my whips. I do not have any new starts because I slowly am trying to leave my current job, and I will need every penny that I can have just to move and switch my job. My current job is a little bit brutal on when you give your notice, because you have to pay for your trainings that you had throughout the years, which is quite a bit, and also you have to stay for another 3 months until they find someone that they can train to fill your position. So even if I give my notice, I'm stuck for next 3 years, well, for next 3 months there. So kind of iffy, but you know, there's nothing I can do about it. So because I already show my things, and in the previous videotaping attempt, we'll have to go from the last project to the first. We have to go backwards. So, but I would like to start with the most intriguing project. Here's my whip in progress, and it is a kitchen from Stitchy Princess Black on Instagram, and she has also an Etsy shop. And this is the project that I do for my August camp, and I hope to finish it in the upcoming 2 weeks. I've stitched on it a little bit yesterday on the little stitch along that we had on a Zoom meeting. So yeah, I am currently working on this row over here. I'm almost done with it. It is quite quick stitch, so it shouldn't take me long to completely finish this, I hope. So this is where I am at the moment. Where's my board? She's always helpful, isn't it? Here is where I am at the moment. It doesn't look perfect by any means. It doesn't look perfect, but I really do like the effect that it that it leaves, that it gives on the sleeve. And the challenge of the August cross stitch camp with Sherry by Colorado Cross Stitcher or Colorado Stitcher, I'm not really sure at the moment. It was to use of either a fabric that you never used before or threads that you never used before. So I've chosen the fabric, and it's obviously not a fabric, but it still counts. I never did anything like that, but I saw a few people after I posted it. Some people mentioned, oh, I saw a person trying this out already. You can see the pictures here and there. So I've I just went there, and yeah, it looks quite interesting and very beautiful. So I think if I'll hang it like that in the kitchen, it will look amazing in my opinion. I can gift it to someone. I don't really know yet. But I must say that stitching on this is a little pain in the ass. Also, it eats your thread like nothing else, because you have to use a first skein of 6 strands on this thing, because just for the coverage, the holes are just so massive on this. So yeah, I hope to finish this little row maybe tomorrow and focus on this a little bit more throughout these 2 weeks, remaining weeks of the stitch along of the camp actually. Yeah, so because we are going backwards, the next project I would like to talk about is the 100 Owls. So me and beloved Chris are stitching this as a part of the stitch along. This chart is called 100 Owls, and it's by All Forest Embroidery. This is a free chart that you can get from their website, and if you like this, I think there's nothing stopping you just to get it and put it in your stash. And if you feel like it, you can just join us. And we are using a pre-existing SAL called 100 Owls SAL. And yeah, so we are doing that with Chris. And thanks to, he is, I think, almost done with the design here with the owl and little Laura. Wretch? Wrath? Oh, jeez. Here, Google, help me. Wreath. There we go. I always forget this word. So he's almost done with that, and I'll show you my progress. I keep it in the bag that I received from One of my favorite people on Flosstube, Claire, from Stitch Late by Claire. I hope you're watching this, Claire, because, you know, I watched your last video, so, you know, what's going on. Hey, by the way, Claire recently reached 1,000 subscribers, which is completely mind-blowing and amazing. She can finally film her lives from her phone, so there will be an amazing quality videos and because there will be live, you can interact with Claire. Sorry, there's a fuzzy flying around. You can interact with her, ask her questions, you know. I hope I will join it soon whenever she, you know, announces it. And I hope it won't be very late at night, because I don't really like to wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, Claire. So if you just please schedule it a little bit in favor of people living in Europe, I'll be very grateful, because thanks to that I'll be able to join you. Still use this bag because it's amazing. Thank you so much again. So, and happy 1,000 subscribers, Claire. You can do a lot of things now. I think just monetize your videos, maybe, if you are getting stupid ads because YouTube changes. I don't know, it's up to you. So here is where I am at the moment. As you can see, I finished the first design completely, and it took me about 4 days of stitching. I loved it so much that I couldn't, you know, when I just started the owl itself, I just couldn't put it down. I really do like woodland creatures, and owls are one of my favorite animals ever. They are just so majestic and gentle. They are killing machines of the forest. You cannot even hear flapping of the wings of the owl, of an owl. And yeah, I really do like this one. So I'm stitching that on 32 count Belfast, Zwegar Belfast linen, and it is a sage color. So this is not the cold one. I couldn't find the light green limestone color or light green linen that was, you know, called for in the chart, but I substituted with this and it works quite well. I thought it would be much worse because the green is a little bit stronger on this than it's supposed to be, but the palest green that I've got on this chart shows quite well on it. So yeah, I think it's working out pretty well actually. So if you want to join us, me and Chris, on this stitch along, just feel free to join in. Yeah, there's never too late to join. Next project I would like to talk about is the Ravenclaw by White Raven Patterns on Etsy. This is how she looks, and I am getting close to finish the colored area of the pattern, and after that's done I will just have the Ravenclaw you know, lettering to be done, and a castle in the background with 310, which I am leaving that for a dessert. If I feel like I don't want to stitch anything in particular, I will pick this up and just get the 310s and just stitch it very quickly. There's not much thinking involved in that anymore when it comes to the only 310, I think. So it should stitch relatively quickly. So this is where I am at the moment. As you can see, I made quite a bit of progress. I've been stitching that for, I think, about 3 days. I've stitched on this, so I'm slowly working my way over here. The raven head will be somewhere here, and here's the silhouette of the castle starting. So yeah, so hopefully I will finish that quite quickly. I will try to finish at least I need to finish the sieve before the end of this month, but before the end of September I would like to finish at least the Halloween cats and this one. So that will give me a little bit more room to start new projects. And I hope I will not start anything before that. I have already quite a bit of projects the amount of the projects that I'm working on, for me, it's at the moment is not super overwhelming. It's quite satisfying. So I think the around 7-8 projects is the optimum for me. 2 of them I'm not working on at the moment. They are waiting for their turn. So first one is my cat that I started for the June's cross-stitch camp. I never finished it because it was just too big. And the other one are the others that I charted myself. So yeah, I will try to throw them into rotation soon because it's breaking my heart that they'll stashed away. And I'm not calling anyone out if you have 50 whips and all of them are in your sash and you're working on 2 or 3. It's totally up to you. I'm not calling you out on that. It's your way of stitching and it's completely fine. I still love you. You're my sunshine. My only sunshine. So the Ravenclaw is stitched on 35 count flobber linen. In my opinion, and I said that previously, flobber linen is the perfect start, like introduction to linens, because if you previously stitched on even weave and you want to make the jump towards linen, it, in my opinion, is just the perfect thing in the world. It is a blend of synthetic threads and linen, so it gives you the texture of the linen, but it doesn't have the variation in width of the strands of the fabric. So it really feels very much like an even weave, but it's different enough for it to be its own thing. So if you are hesitant or you think that you are not sure if you will like stitching on linen, just go for it. And this is the best option in my opinion. If you want to just try it out, I think you will not be disappointed, and maybe it will show you that you might love or hate linen, but because this fabric is in between even weave and linen, I think it stands on its own. So I will probably buy more of this fabric, but I think if I finish the Ravenclaw, I will have the second half of it available. So yeah, I don't want to cut it just yet. I want to finish the project first and then cut it and see what else I can do with this fabric. So the next thing up the list are the frogs that I bought on Etsy. If anyone is curious, where did I get it from? Or where you can buy it, just hit me up on Instagram. I will try to answer you as soon as and as quickly as possible. But I bought this pattern on Etsy and it is just beautiful. I made a little bit of progress, not a lot. I've just stitched on it for a day, not full day because it was a working day, but I am currently working on this frog on the far left. And yeah, so I've managed to do a little bit more of this grayscale and I'm working my way downwards. So we'll see how long it will take me for it to finish. But yeah, I do like working on it. I don't pick it up as often as I would like. I'll be fair with you guys, but whenever I stitch on it, I just enjoy every second of it. Even if I'm stitching on the grayscale, which I don't really like that much, I still have to use the white thread just to fill it up a little bit more. But I do really like this project. It is a wonderful thing to stitch on. And this is stitched on the even weave 32 count. It's called Woodland by Lakeside Needlecraft. And yeah, it is their exclusive fabric. It is, I don't think it's dyed, it's probably printed on because the back of it is completely white. But I'm fine with that. I already used their fabric and I washed it, and this is not coming off, definitely not. So it is a good quality fabric. If you're hesitant or if you don't know if you would like it, you can stay with your comfort zone. But I must say that it is a good quality fabric. So if you are curious, just go for it. They have a lot of different designs, by the way, if you are, if you're not sure or you want to get something unique. So the next project is for another SAL that actually I'm hosting. It's Cultural Appreciationsal. And I'm stitching roosters. And this is a design made after a Polish region, cutouts, paper cutouts that are made in Polish region called Łowicz. Usually they're very colorful. Usually they're extremely colorful. I think I have a kit here to show you. Yeah, this is the kit that I bought. I never opened it because I found the bronze version and I loved it a little bit more. I liked it a little bit more, but this is how it's supposed to look like in color. And some people are just enjoying this one. And yeah, it is very beautiful and I do love it. I like both of them, but the bronze one spoke to me a little bit better, I guess. So yeah, so I am currently stitching the middle section here, this really long piece of plant, I guess. And it doesn't have a lot of stitches. I think it has a little bit over 42,000. And let me give a look. And I'm stitching that on 28 count linen, which is a little bit more irregular, but well, it is a linen after all. So it kind of feels a little bit plasticky to me, but I don't know, maybe that's the nature of linen. So here I am at the moment, as you can see. There's another part like mirror effect on the other side, so I'll stitch the exact same motif on the other side. But yeah, if you followed me on YouTube, you probably already saw that because I've been stitching on it on the Stitch With Me series that I'm sometimes hosting, usually on Thursdays, but I just host it whenever I feel like. I usually try to post about it that I will do something like that on my Instagram. So if you're following me there, you probably noticed that a few times, and quite a bit of people joined me, which was very nice to have an opportunity to talk to you guys. I feel like you are more open to talking when you are not contacting me directly and you're in a group, which is completely fine. So yeah, if you ever want to join, feel free to do that. The bigger the merrier, I would say. So I like to read your comments, I like to answer questions, I like to talk about stuff. So this thing is 190 stitches over 190 stitches, so it is not super big, but it depends on the fabric obviously that you're using, but I do really like this one. And I'm not really sure what I would do with this. I will frame it, but where will I put it? No idea. Someone mentioned that they kind of see it in the kitchen, and I kind of agree on that, but I'm not really sure yet. So my last whip that I would like to talk about, it is the Stitching Land project that I'm working on, Halloween Cats. and here are the starter shows. I named 2 cats already. So the witch on the left is called Hamilton, after Betsy Kliger cat, and the middle one is called Onion. The third one, I'm not really sure yet. It has to be a tuxedo black cat with some white patches on it. So I'm not really sure how will I name him or her. Any ideas? Just hit me up in the comments. So this is another project I would like to focus a little bit more, and I would like to finish it before September ends. Before the Halloween, because they're Halloween cats, and this is where I am at the moment. I did quite a bit of progress, honestly. I've did a little bit of this part over here up, this middle part here, and I'm currently working my way to the right, and I started a ghost with glow-in-the-dark floss. As you can see, I have a needle minder finally on it. This is one of the needle minders that I made myself, and I really do like it. This is so cute, murderous little mushroom with a knife. You know, fitting the theme of Halloween, I guess. And yeah, they're just so gorgeous, and I cannot wait to finish this. It is taking me a little bit longer than I thought, but it is a pleasant stitch, I would say. There are blocks of colors on this, so it is easy to follow, and yeah, so that's pretty much it. This is also, this is stitched on 16 count Ada, parchment Ada, and what's called DMC. Yeah, so I was a little bit hesitant, but I really went with it. So I was thinking about which fabric to use on this particular project, but since this is full coverage, the fabric doesn't really it doesn't really matter that much, in my opinion, because it'll be still, not visible through the threads. So I just went with the cheapest one that I've got, just not to waste the better ones for the pieces that show the fabric that is behind. At least that is my mentality. So what should I, in my opinion, why should I use something more expensive, more luxurious per se, for a project I will not even show the fabric? So this is my little philosophy behind of that. So when it coming back to the roosters, I am using 3 strands of DMC over 2, so which gives an amazing coverage on 18 count linen. It is an amazing thing, in my opinion. Okay, so this is all my stitching that I want to show. Now I would like to talk about a little bit about haul, which is not a lot. But first, I would like to talk about a little bit about my needle minders that I made. So here they are in all their glory, and look at them. Quite a bit of them are book themed, and I really do like them. And some of them are bugs. This is like this in particular one was repurposed mirror keychain that I've received from my friend that's been to Korea. Unfortunately, the mirror part of this keychain broke, so I repurposed this as a needle minder, and I really do adore it. She is so cute. I've got some bugs, some moths, and different beetles. I've got more of the mushrooms, as you can see. One is with a, I think it's a strawberry purse, and this one was with harmonica. This one is just jamming and this one has a little guitar. So you're probably wondering what the hell is those things. So these are the part of the needle minders. These are the back of the needle minders. I'll show you on the example of my Korean lady here. So I'm using this as a back of the needle minder. So this will be, you know, the behind of your fabric. The reason behind this is when you're done with stitching and you want to, I don't know, move the needle minder or you know, remove the needle minder, you just pull the cord and it just reattach. It's so easy. And also you can use this cord to move the needle minder or the fabric itself. It just slides easily. And this is something I thought about adding. It is not mandatory. I can just easily snip it off, but I, you know, made them myself. They are just, you know, braided little cords that you can easily make on your own with little funny patterns. So some of them will go to my fellow Flosstubers as a little part of stitchy kindness that I thought about, you know, giving away. So if I ask you for an address, so this is probably one of these guys, or maybe for some of special you guys, you maybe receive two, who knows. I haven't thought about it yet, but yeah. So if I ask you for your address, you might get a needle minder in your mail. So I've been to antique store recently, and I bought a few more brushes that I found, and I want to turn them into needle minders. They're a little bit more expensive than the other ones that I did. Because they are, you know, they're secondhand, that they've been used by someone. They are like basically vintage. So I've got a few of them. One of them is like this little hummingbird, which is totally adorable. I will turn that into needle minder. The other one is this parrot, which some of you call chicken. I've got two of parrots, but this one I have to fix. It's missing one sparkly bit on it in the middle, so I'll have to fix this one up. I don't think it will be that hard if I find something like that to replace this with. Third one is a shield with a sword. Very manly. And this is one of my favorites. It is a necklace that has been repurposed. Now, 1 second, I got stuck. I will repurpose this as a needle minder. It is good for the Halloween, actually. It is quite interesting, isn't it? With the rose, spooky. And then we've got the Flamingo, which already someone asked me about it, if I will sell it after I made it in needle minder. I said, I don't know yet, you know, they've been quite expensive. I've paid quite a bit for them. So one is actually already done, because I've got not one, not two, not three, not four, but five of those little bees. It's hard for me to show you guys. And one of them is already made in a needle minder. So yeah, it holds the needle beautifully. I didn't really have a needle to show you, but yeah. She is amazing. I've used that on my recent little Zoom meeting, and it worked beautifully. It holds the needle very securely in place. The magnets are very strong, but I've noticed that some of the needle minders are not as strong as the others, so I've decided to give out to my stitchy friends only the good ones, but or at least acceptable ones that at least hold the needle with the thread, and when you shake the fabric, it doesn't fall off. So I'll try to give away the good ones out and leave the ones that are not, don't hold the needle at all or are weak. I will hold it for myself and probably repurpose it for something. So next segment that I would like to talk about are books that I recently picked up. So I've picked up another book from Mr. Patrick Rothfuss called The Wise Man's Fear. This is the second part of the book that I'm currently reading, The Name of the Wind. I'm almost done with it. That's why I decided to pick up the second, second book in the series, because I really do enjoy it, and I hope to continue reading on that. I will make a little stop with those series after I'm finished, because I want to jump back into Peter Jackson series, because I'm almost at the end. I have 2 or 3 books left to read, and they're much thinner than this. This is about 600 pages, and look at the text. It's just so small. It's compared to the most books that I really, at least I own. So it is a longer read if I like it. Either I like it or not. But I really do enjoy this series, and if you like fantasy, read those series. At least first one it hooks you. At least it hooked me in about 100 pages in. So yeah, it is a little bit different than normal fantasy series. The protagonist is interesting, has its flaws, has its strengths. He doesn't feel like he is super overpowered, but he is not a weakling either. So there is a good explanation for why he is so good in things that he does. So it is not like out of the blue because he's a royalty and he is the strongest thing ever. So it is a good book series in my opinion. So, well, I don't know if it is a good book series, but the first one is left a good impression for me, good enough that I bought the second one. So the next 5 books that I picked up along with this are the Terry Pratchett books. So there are few next books in the series that I am starting to collecting, because I do adore Sir Terry Pratchett works, especially the Discworld series. So he's basically my favorite author, and that's why I am trying to get all of his work in this beautiful edition. As you can see, they are very beautiful. This in particular, Men at Arms. It is about the City Watch series. I not really remember what was that about. I read that, but such a long time ago that I don't really remember. The next one is Lords and Ladies. It is about witches. Yeah, I also don't remember what this is all about, but I do really enjoy all of the Terry Pratchett books. Small Gods. It is one of the more interesting series. I do remember that one because I reread it recently. Not this edition, but I have a English paperback on my bookshelf. So this is about god Om, that was supposed to be this ultimate, god and being, and he just woke up from his slumber and he was turned into the turtle. And usually he was presented as a big raging bull stomping infidels, and he was questioning himself, okay, what happened? Why am I a turtle? And he stumbles upon his temple. He was thrown in by an eagle from the sky into the temple, and he is trying to speak to his believers, and no one seems to be understanding him or hearing him except one of the monks in the monastery. and this monk happens to be his last and only believer, because every single person in his community, in his church, is no longer believing in him. They're believing in the structure of church and in the power that it gives them. For example, Inquisition, the power of, giving orders to, kill someone because they are infidels. And this book shows the not every that we stopped believing in gods itself, but a lot of people starting to believe in structure of church, and whatever they say, it is truth and it's holy because they said so. So it is very theological book, but it has an Terry Pratchett's humor splashed on it, and it is he tackles a very hard subject with such a humor that it makes them lighter and funny and interesting. So if you like that kind of stuff, you can read this. You don't have to read any other books in his series. It is like a standalone book. So if you are interested in his work, this is one of the books that I would recommend, and you are interested in theology, Witches Abroad, next book that I bought. I'm not sure what that was all about. I forgot, really. But I will reread them. I want to reread all of his books. So after I finish the books that I am currently reading and the ones that I promised someone that I will read them with pleasure. The Reaper Man, another book. This is about the death that I think he took the few days off from his work because he was tired. He has been around for a very long time, so he deserves a little bit of holiday, isn't it? So it is one of the book series that follows his adventures and doings. So this is a personification of the death. So with skeleton, hood, scythe, sword, all those things present in it. So this is not the first in the death series. The Mort was first, I believe. But yeah, I do really enjoy Terry Pratchett books, and I would like to. I want to reread them all. So yeah, I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed my Flosstube, and I've managed to finish this under an hour, which is an amazing achievement if you know me at least. And yeah, hopefully you will have a wonderful evening, a wonderful day, a wonderful break. Please don't forget to eat. Don't forget to drink water. Wear a condom. Don't eat yellow snow. First, I don't know. Don't salt your tea. I'm sorry. I'm just being silly. Well, thank you much. Thank you very much for joining me, and hopefully we'll see each other again in 2 weeks' time. And in Flosstube number 13, which is my favorite number. Oh, one more thing. I'm sorry, I wanted to present it during my last Flosstube, and I completely forgot. Just one more thing. Stay with me, please. Don't click away yet. I've got the parcel. And as you know, I've been to Scotland recently, and my partner ordered himself a kilt. He went to the shop. He told him from which clan his family, comes from. They are, they come from Scotland. So yeah. So he told him about his family, and they showed him which, tartans the fabric patterns are aligned, you know, to his family. So I thought, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And I talked with the guy a little bit and happened to be, and because I'm Polish, you know, I don't really have a like family or clan name or anything like that, so I was like basically nobody. So I could choose, you know, one of the three like universal tartans if I wanted, or you know, go with other families that I have no association with. So yeah, I was kind of disappointed because I wanted to have something, you know, mine, and that what, you know, represents my family, that represents my roots. So yeah, so this is what it is. You might think, okay, is this a kilt? Are you gonna show off your kilt on yourself? Are you gonna show your legs, Michael? And the answer is no. I have something better. I have a drawing of a kilt. That's a little Pirates of Caribbean reference right here. No, it is not a drawing of a kilt. I'm just joking. It is a tartan that I found. There is a company that makes them, and they are kind of custom made. They represent they are made for people that don't have any associations with Scotland. So basically what they usually take two flags into consideration, Scottish flag and the country that you are from, blend them together and come up with the pattern of the tartan. So yeah, so I bought the Polish and Scottish collaboration tartan, and this is how it looks like, and it is amazing. Look at this beautiful pattern of this tartan. And when I first received it, I thought, okay, the red is a little bit too strong, but you know, in Poland we have very strong red and white on our flag, and also there's a Scottish blue in it woven in. So this is a collaboration, you know, tartan made you know, as a brotherhood representation of Poland and Scotland, kinda. So I bought it, and now I have to you know, make it. I have to go to Scotland again, take this with me, and go to the shop and ask, I want a kilt made from this. And they will be awed and amazed, because this is an amazing piece of fabric that I will use to make my own kilt. And without further ado, on this high note, I will end this Flosstube video. Hopefully next year I will make one Flosstube video wearing this very kilt, so you'll see my legs, my beautiful hairy legs in all this glory. I will not flip it up, don't worry. It's supposed to be, you know, safe for work video. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and have a lovely day. Take care. Bye.